It is day 10 of this 30-day Spooky Island challenge, and today we are going to be working officially on the abandoned carnival area, and I thought a good place to start would be resident services. So a little bit of my vision for resident services is I kind of want to make this into like the big top circus tent of the carnival. So I want this to be kind of like the focal center point, all that good stuff. And I'm going to attempt to cover most of the existing structure with simple panels, kids tents, all those like quintessential circus items. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on that. And then we're also going to probably dabble a little bit in maybe some of this connecting area, but I don't know. We'll see how long getting this tent down actually takes me. And I want to leave a space right here for a walking area to enter in and out of the quote unquote tent. And I think I want to close off the sides so there's really only one entrance point. And then I'm also thinking so that when you're in the center of the plaza, or like when you wake up in this dream address, you'll be able to see the sides of the cliffs. So I'm thinking I want to go one space out so that way I can line the inside as well with simple panels, just to kind of create that immersive, like you really are inside of a tent feeling. We'll see how successful that is though. Okay, first layer down. I think I'm going to leave this as a 2 wide piece right there, and then maybe plop in a plaza arch, and then that should probably cover at least the majority of the doorway to resident services. So now I'm gonna go in and add a second layer to the front and the back, so that way I can fit some kids tents up there. Okay, base of the structure is pretty much done. I am thinking, I don't think the kids' tents are going to be tall enough behind resident services, basically just on this one level. So I think I need to build a second layer of cliffs, maybe just in the back. We'll see how that looks. It may also give it kind of a forced perspective, which I think I'll like. So I'm gonna add a couple more layers back here so that way I can go up to the second cliff as well. Okay, off to a good start. I'm gonna hop up here now and start placing patterns. Alrighty, off to a good start. So now, before I place the simple panels on the inside of the Resident Services Plaza, I think I need to put some pathing down first. What I can't decide is what the flooring should be, since this is supposed to mimic the inside of the tent. I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna go with just light dirt. I might try that over a couple of the squares and see how that looks with a simple panel over it. Oh, and then do I want the panels? No, I don't want them away from the cliff. I think it needs to be a little bit closer. Okay. Yeah, I think the light dirt works. It kind of blends in with the plaza flooring. And even though we still have this little gap of grass, even if I did custom paths, it wouldn't cover that either. I don't think. I should check just before I say that with certainty. No, not there. Yeah, it's the same gap. I mean, it's definitely smaller though. But it doesn't blend as well with the plaza flooring. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna stick with the light dirt. Okay, pathing all done. Now I'm gonna go pick up a ton of simple panels and get started placing those. I don't love the gap that I can see over there, but I'm wondering if there's really anything I can do about that. I think my only other option is if I had this piece going into the corner. Yeah, like that. But then I think this will leave a gap. Which it does. Okay, what if I have it closer to here? Do you still see it? Or what if the ones on the back are just not all the way up against the cliff and a little bit closer? How does that look? Okay, that may work. Can I not get it closer? Because of the stupid light post? Well, shoot. Okay, what if I just have that one? Now I see the cliff again. Of course. Am I able to do it literally everywhere else? Yes, I am. It's just that tile. Oh! Huh, crisis averted. And then I don't want to waste my simple panels, but I just want enough so if you were, for some reason, standing all the way over at this wall, it would look like I completely covered the back of it, but I'm not going to. Okay, so I think I accomplished that on the other side. Okay, I'm starting to run low on some of the simple panels, so rather than finishing up the sides, I want to make sure I can finish the portion that's super visible before I run to another treasure island to get more. So I'm going to switch gears to working on this top portion. And I think rather than having all of the simple panels at one level, I'm going to kind of taper them here and have it give off a slightly rounded look, because I feel like normally the circus tents that I have seen have all been round, and right now this build is looking exceptionally rectangle. So let's see if this will give off that effect. Okay, I'm gonna run back down and see how that looks from the front. It's very subtle. I don't know if it quite creates a circular look, but I still think I like it. I think it creates more depth. So yeah, we're gonna leave that, and then now I'll go back up and add that second layer of cliff. I think I like it. Yeah, I think that's looking good. I may go in with some of the festival or festivale items in between each of the tents, which if I do that, I will need to expand the cliff out again. Or I might just leave it and use those items here in the front. So, okay, let's see how the front of the tent would look. All right, and I'll also place the plaza arch and just make sure that fits kind of seamlessly with the panels. Not that way, please. There we go. Okay, I think it's coming together. Still looks a little bare there in the middle, but making progress. So let's hop up and see how these garland items look. One might be a little small. I might need to include two. Yeah, it looks kind of rinky-dinky up there. So what if... I have one closer there and then I layer a second. I think that's definitely better. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Okay, so the inside one is on the outside of the tent. Great. Okay. It's coming together. I like the way the front looks. I think the back needs some of those garland items as well. And I only have two left, so I may not have enough, but since I need to pick up some more simple panels anyway, that's not a big deal. And I'm worried if these are in kind of the center of this cliff tier up here, we may not even be able to see it at all. I think resident services may be blocking it, but let's go take a look. I mean, it's not completely blocking it, but it also doesn't look the best. I feel like it needs to be in between the tents for that to work. Okay, do a little side-by-side comparison. So I like the placement of that garland better, but now that additional tent is completely covered unless you're literally at the door. I think I need to add an extra layer to that cliff to get the effect I want. I think that's a lot better. Still not the most visible, but overall I think I like that better. Okay, we're gonna mimic that on the other side then. Okay, let's go take a look now. I think we finally figured out the structure. Yeah, I like it. Okay, yay. I think it kind of looks like a very large circus tent. Great. Okay, obviously needs a ton of decor and all that good stuff, but I think just since this is such a large focal piece, I'm probably just going to wrap up with this today. I'm gonna go make sure to get simple panels that I need, and then I'll go ahead and probably place a couple more pathing spots here, and that'll wrap up today's episode. And then tomorrow we'll move on to decorating more of the carnival. Okay, I severely underestimated how long it was going to take me to place all of this path. So it has been a hot minute, but finally got the groundwork for the entire carnival area path placed. So feeling pretty good about the progress today. And I think our little tent looks pretty cute. So thank you guys for joining me today for day 10 of this spooky 30-day island challenge, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.